What's up, everyone? Here today to do One Piece episode 603. So we finally are getting into Law and Luffy's counterattack because these episodes seem so dragged out, all the previous ones before, but finally we get to see Luffy and Law start their counterattack. It felt like they were in that cage for forever. But at the beginning of the episode, it starts with some people talking, and it's Big Man subordinates that we met in Fishman Island. And the dude with the lion face, he asked, should we do something? And he said, no, we're going to wait and see how this pans out. And also, we get someone else talking, watching the screen, saying what's going on Punk Hazard. And it is Kid and Killer. And Kid, man, he's such a beast character. His bounty has went up. He's worth 470 now, and I thought that was kind of cool. Killer is worth 200 now, or 200 million berries, and it was just nice to see them and see them in their new like forms and stuff, or post time skip. And they said, well, we have no interest in this, and it seems like Kid is pretty confident that they'll be all right. And after that, Killer says something like, "Kid, make sure you're cordial with them, or make sure that we only talk about this peacefully." And he goes out, and it's Apu and also Hawkins, and Apu like was messing with some of his crewmates or something, or destroyed his lair. And Hawkins is just sitting there, and he tells him, well, it's rude to keep guests waiting. And Kid, we know how he's really short-tempered, and he just loses it and said, I'm going to kill you now. But Killer luckily saves whatever they're going to do and says, hey, we want to form an alliance, guys. And then we go back to Law and Luffy and everyone who's in the cage. And Law asks, can someone set up a smoke screen? And Frankie is able to, so he sets a ship nearby on fire. And what that does is, like, I guess it's some sort of distraction, and it puts a smoke screen over the cage so Caesar can't tell what they're doing or whether they're in there or not. And after that, Law sets everyone free, and the only people left are Tashigi and Smoker. And Smoker says, "Oh, I'd rather die than get down on my knees for a pirate." And Tashigi kind of brings him back to reality. Said, "It's not about us. It's about saving everyone in G5 or the people in there on his crew." And he's okay. And Law ends up letting them free. And once everyone is free, of course, we know Luffy. He just runs away and starts going wild, or starts messing around, and Law's really mad, and Frankie decides to go watch over the Sunny. And after that, Law, he's really mad because Luffy's being careless, and he says, how are we going to get in? And after that, they don't show exactly what they're going to do, but we go over to Zoro, Sanji, and Nami's body, Brook and Kinemon, and they're still running away. And I thought it was really funny how that was Sanji's power up. He grabbed one of Nami's boobs, and he just takes off, and he ends up catching the dragon that they've been trying to catch. And they get a hold of it, and they're confused. They're like, why can't this dragon fly? And they're actually like about to get caught up in the poison. But then Brownbeard, Usopp, and Nami actually end up spotting them both from at a higher point. And as soon as they're almost really close to falling into the smoke, but Brownbeard ends up saving them. Usopp, Nami, and Brownbeard, and they end up hopping on his back. And the dragon was almost about to get left behind, and he decides to bite Brownbeard's tail, and it just sends him like going really fast towards the factory. And after that, we go to a really epic scene of Law, Luffy, and Smoker, and pretty much all the fodder G5 soldiers were waiting outside, and they couldn't get in. But I'm assuming that with Law's room, he just teleported them in. That's what will make sense, because I don't see how they would get in without opening the shutter. But they let the G5 soldiers in, and we just get this epic scene of showing Smoker, Luffy, and Law. And as they're closing the shutter, some of the G5 soldiers say, hey, there's something coming. And it's Brownbeard, Zoro, and everybody in the crew besides Luffy and I believe, yeah, Luffy and Robin. And Zoro asks Kinemon, "Hey, can you cut through metal or steel?" And Kinemon goes, "Yeah, sure." And we just get this another epic scene of just Zoro on top of this pillar, Zoro and Kinemon on top of this pillar Brownbeard is holding, and he just tells him to go straight forward and we'll take care of the rest. And they just cut this perfectly aligned triangle for them to get in. And after that, we just get some pretty cool music and the crew reuniting. And Luffy says, "Hey, you guys ready to let loose?" And I thought that was really cool, but still left off at a cliffhanger. But I feel like next week's episode, hopefully they don't get a lot slower like they were before. But overall, pretty good episode of One Piece. Definitely better than the ones previous, but the ones previous weren't bad. Don't get me wrong, I always love One Piece, but they weren't bad. But I just feel like they could add more content in them. But it's whatever. Still enjoyed it, but let me know what you guys think, and thanks.